Noxolo, let's go back to you. Let's have a look at what some of the people on the streets of Cape Town said when you went out and asked them about bullying in schools.
With absolute pleasure.
The parents need to understand the children firstly. Maybe the child's going through some issues or whatever, and then the parents must try and help them. Maybe go speak to a counselor or something within that, and then go speak to the school maybe.
My opinion on your question is that I think I will mostly blame parents. Parents is that, in my opinion, parents are kind of referring their children to school and don't make a follow-up about their progress and conduct and what are they doing actually at work. In between, it is my opinion that parents are not even asking kids about what was happening in school and kind of give necessary support. Unfortunately, you'll find these things happening in some instances in our school, so-called, when I'm saying our, referring to Africans. I don't know why in white, but I think it's parenting that is lacking. We're not making a follow. If meetings are called in school, parents are not attending. You can make your own research. You can attend these general meetings. You'll see poor attendance of parents in meetings. So schools are unable, therefore, to give feedback to parents that we are having problems with your kids. If a child is disciplined, maybe suspended, kids don't even report these incidents at school. So I will blame parenting in this issue.
I think it's a triangle. It starts with your parents. As a parent, you should learn to advise your child, teach your child morals, that it's not right. Bullying is not right. It will never be right. And then to come to school. As a teacher, you're a second parent. If the parents if they haven't taught the kid that moral, then as a teacher, try and instill it in the child. And then I think it's a whole triangle. As a child, as a parent, as a teacher, you worked all together to stop bullying. So you can't expect one person to stop it because the child is in a whole community. They go to school, they go to town. So it's influence from everywhere. So I think if we all just start with ourselves, and if you see something is wrong, then please say it. Don't just keep quiet. Don't take a video. Tell the person. Stand up for somebody else.
I think we get a sense that people really have a lot of differing attitudes according to this, and if you do want to watch more, please go on to News 24 and you will see more comments from the people in the streets.
Christina, we've got a lot of South Africans who are saying that the responsibility lies with parents. Do you agree? Do you agree with what these viewers are saying?
The responsibility lies with adults broadly, but I also have a lot of empathy with parents. I have a lot of empathy with parents who really struggle to survive. From a day-to-day basis, they struggle to survive, and that's an indictment of broader lack of socioeconomic rights realization in our country. We can't talk about the children's rights framework in isolation of a human rights framework. You know, we have to aspire to adults and children enjoying a rights framework. So the state has a very strong responsibility here. We need to be able to help parents to meet their daily needs so that they do have the time to sit down, guide children, build the model fabric of the community. I have a lot of empathy for parents, but I don't absolve them of their responsibility as primary duty bearers towards children's rights realization.
And teachers, our last speaker addressed the issue of teachers needing to understand what's happening in their classrooms. Is it perhaps that South African teachers are overwhelmed, overworked, underpaid? Is this issue just a reflection on how we value our education system?
I think our education system is quite stressed, and the people who are involved in the education system also experience that stress. We still see class sizes of over 40, sometimes over 50. And you know, you wonder what kind of environment that creates for a child to learn, let alone for the teacher or educator to be able to influence a well-being orientation, a rights orientation with children. So I think, yeah, educators have quite a tall order, but I don't absolve them of their responsibility not to inflict harm on children. They cannot take out these frustrations on the children by instituting corporal punishment, for example.
I was shocked to hear the statistic that you gave us earlier. Of course, this is completely illegal.
It is absolutely illegal, but it's still very prevalent and part of children's reality every day in schools. And so, I mean, how do you learn in an environment where there's always this threat hanging over you of an authority figure that's going to inflict harm? an authority figure in the school, then an authority figure in the home, then an authority figure in the community. So you see, our children live very precarious lives. And I worry for the well-being of our children in society.